Testing. There it is. Sound? Tell me sound. Somebody in the comments. Tell me sound. Anybody? Does this work? Am I here? Tell me if I have sound. I'm going to pull it up. I'm literally going to pull it up on my phone to see if this is working. I'm not sure if this is working. I'm so sorry, guys. I always talk about how stupid I am. Is this working? Testing. I always talk about. Hey, there it is. Sound on. All right. Fuck. All right. So y'all didn't hear anything I just said, and couldn't believe to hear about this. All right. Hey. So Albert, let's talk Eagles first, because I was like going down the line and like reacting to this live, so I kind of got a chance to get all my thoughts out. First of all, Eagles and Dolphins essentially did the same thing, right? Dolphins move from 3 to 6, pick up a first round pick in 2023, third and a sixth, right? The Eagles, I think, even made the better move. They moved from 6 to 12, pick up a first round pick next year, and I mean, what, you gave up a 6, you moved up in the mid rounds. Like, that's a deal, I feel like, if you're an Eagles fan. And to me, like, no offense, Albert, but like, are we expecting the Eagles to be awesome this year? I feel like, acquire as many picks as you can, right? And I don't mean to be disrespectful. I love the Eagles. I have so many friends that are Eagles, so like, don't take that the wrong way. But like, I feel like the Eagles made the right decision here. Who was gonna realistically trade up to 6, right? Like realistically, who was gonna be going from any point in the mid round of the draft to 6? I mean, you really only trade up to get a quarterback or a high end player. Maybe if like Chase is there, but if Chase was there at 6, you'd probably take him. I don't know. I think the Dolphins were like the obvious choice. Why not make that move and you move down 6 spots? You still have all of the top defensive players. Like, you want to get a Jalen Phillips, who I'm really high on, I think deserves to go in that range. You want to get like a joker linebacker who, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, there's some videos on him on YouTube that like are very high on him, and I'm pretty high on him as well. For a guy, Surtain, that's a good one too. There's 3 corners that deserve to be top 15 picks. Surtain is right there in it. I'm trying to think of the other one I was listening to, because I haven't watched corners yet, I'm not gonna lie. So I listened to Chris Sims, and he was talking about corners, and he was saying he was talking about the dude out of Louisville, I think. Whatever, you'll get one of the top corners. That would be perfect for you guys. I think that's a great call. But anyway, I'm pumped for this. All right, so go back to the Dolphins. Dolphins essentially, because I got the sound back on so I can talk. Yes, Farley and yes, that's exactly right. All right, you nailed it, Albert. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the Dolphins here just for a second. Dolphins, I've had a whirlwind of emotions, because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the trade with the 49ers before the Eagles trade hit, I was underwhelmed a little bit, because we're getting two firsts, or like in that moment I was like, okay, we're getting 2 firsts the next 2 years, a third to move down 9 spots. Like, okay, we just lost all of the elite talent in the draft essentially to move down 9 spots. And like, from what I was looking at the Dolphins getting, like a Chase, who I would have been fine at 3, a Sewell, one of those top guys, to like, okay, who are we getting at 12? I didn't, I don't know. It gets kind of fishy there. Now we move back in. Whoever the Dolphins were going to get at 3 or wanted at 3, they have to feel really confident he's going to be there at 6, right? Like, you feel pretty good about that. So why not, increase the amount of value you can get? The Colts a couple years ago in the Sam Darnold move. So the Jets moved from 6 to 3 to get Sam Darnold, right? That was the Colts at 3. They moved down. They get the All Pro of Nelson. They get their all-pro guard at 6, who they probably wanted at 3-2. They ended up netting a couple second-round picks out of that trade. We just got a first in 2023, which I get is 2 years away, but I'm still happy with that. A first in 2023, we got a 3rd round pick and a 6th round pick, and we flipped mid-round picks with the Eagles. That's essentially what we got to move down 3 spots in this draft, and probably get exactly what we want. So the Dolphins, they just turned it. They turned Laremy Tunsil into another 1st round pick in the future, a 3rd and a 6th, which 6 is whatever, But I mean, you just added more value. And look, I'm big, like, anybody go to the casino out there? Like, you go to the casino and you go up, it feels like you're playing with house money, right? Like, I feel like we're playing with house money. this was the Texans' first round pick. The Texans were picking at 3, not us. We're playing with house money at the top of the first round, and we're making moves, and we're adding value. I am here for it. I'm so excited. And then the 49ers. I was talking about the 49ers, and I'm going to give this take again, and I almost like they might have yeah. Pitts isn't going to be there at 12. Chase is definitely not going to be. Yeah, you're right. Y'all missed out on him. But honestly, like, I feel like there's a lot of the tight end. It would kind of suck to add another tight end when you already have. I really like Dallas, so I feel like I get what you're saying with Pitts. Pitts is an all-star. He would have been awesome, but like there's a lot of there's a lot of talent in the wide receiver class this year. I think, the top of the second round, you're going to get a good player that I think could be complimentary. You could even, now maybe even trade up and grab at the top of the first or the back of the first round, a really, really good wide receiver. So the Eagles, I don't think are out on a top end wide receiver. You're out on Chase, who's like the number one. And I'm all for Chase. I fucking love Chase. So I get that's disappointing, but I think you made the right move in the long run. You're getting an extra first next year. Your team that's kind of in cap hell and having some issues. So I get that. William, or whatever your name is, WAILEEM, Micah Pearson. Who are you talking about that for? Is that the Dolphins at 6? Because that makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. I wouldn't mind Micah Parsons at 6. And if the Dolphins were looking at Micah Parsons and said, man, we really want Micah Parsons, but 3 for a linebacker, there's no way. There is no way. Well, maybe the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons take Micah Parsons. Maybe they do, but we know for a fact what the Bengals are doing. Bengals are taking linemen, so the Bengals fans are probably happy. They just ensured that they're getting Penei Sewell, so that's got to be good. Yeah, it was absolutely the right move. I'm glad we agree, Albert. So back to the 49ers. Who do we think they're trading for in the first? Like they're going to get a quarterback, right? And there's 3 guys that realistically make sense. You got Fields, you got Mac Jones, and you got Trey Lance. I could make an argument for all of them. I want to say first, like my pick, if I'm picking at 3 and I'm the 49ers, I'm going up to get Fields, if anybody. To me, Fields, like I like the upside for Fields, and I like Fields as a player. Like I like the person a lot. I don't know. And I'm big on liking the person when it comes to a quarterback, especially. So Fields seems like the guy that I would go. For whatever reason, like in my head, and maybe I'm just stupid, like I'm clearly stupid. If you watch this whole live stream, you know how stupid I am. But for whatever reason, I think Mac Jones is the pick, and hear me out. To me, Mac Jones is the prototypical pocket passing, guy. And I'm not Fields is my number 5, and he's easily my number 5. So I'm not defending Mac Jones is my number 5 and easily my number 5. I'm not defending the Mac. Like if they picked Mac Jones, I would sit here and say it's a bad pick. I really would. But for whatever reason, I think that he might fit that scheme, and I know how highly Chris Sims thinks of him, and I know Chris Sims and Shanahan are really close. Like they're really good friends. So it wouldn't surprise me a bit if they've talked and they're all in love with Mac Jones. I don't know why. I'm making weird connections, and maybe I'm totally wrong on this. It would not shock me. You heard it here first. It would not shock me if it was Mac Jones. I think it'd be stupid. I think it would be really stupid to draft. To me, Mac Jones is a relic of the old NFL. And I just haven't seen a guy like Mac Jones succeed in this new, in the past 5 years. I haven't seen a guy like Mac Jones really come out and just be the superstar, and I'm sure I'm missing on an obvious one that is that superstar, and you guys will definitely let me know. But at this very second, I just can't think of anybody like that. I don't know. And then there's the Trey Lance. He's the ultimate wild card, right? Who's I've done a video on Trey Lance. You can check it out on the channel. I think Trey Lance is a guy that you sit for a year, and everything I've seen on Twitter right now, and you guys, I'm kind of scrolling Twitter just to kind of get everything that I'm gonna search trade and see what comes up. But oh shit, my cat's being crazy. Sorry. I could see Trey Lance being the guy if you are going to sit him, if they're not going to send Garoppolo. The 49ers could trade Garoppolo to anybody. They could trade Garoppolo to the Patriots right now. And would it surprise you? I wouldn't surprise me. I mean, man, I don't know. I'm Hey, Albert. Hey, I really appreciate that. I'm sorry, I can't talk and read, so I just stopped talking to read Albert's question. Yeah, Albert's comment. Hey, I really appreciate the comment. I'm happy to hear that. I feel like I'm a small channel, but I feel like I've been putting out good stuff, and getting comments like that really fills me up. I do really appreciate that comment, Albert. Thank you. But yeah, back to Trey Lance. If you were gonna draft a Trey Lance and you were gonna keep Garoppolo, maybe you keep him keep Garoppolo for a year, hope he stays healthy, and hope Trey Lance can sit behind him and like mature as a quarterback, because he's raw. Like Trey Lance, he's the rawest prospect. We talk about like Trey Lance and Mac Jones have played about the same number of games in college, but like Mac Jones is kind of like he's not raw. Like he's not raw at all. And Mac Jones, like he threw a lot more than Trey Lance. Trey Lance, I think, had 279 passing attempts in the 2019 season, right? That 2019 season where they played 16 games. Mac Jones had 402 in 13 games in the SEC. So like he just hasn't thrown. He doesn't have enough reps throwing the football under live contact and stuff. So I think Trey Lance is really raw. I would want him to like play all the preseason and just take a year. So that would make sense if you're going to keep Garoppolo and do that. But I don't think so. It would not surprise me a bit if like the Garoppolo trade comes out any minute now. Adam Schefter tweets, "Jimmy is here to stay. He's our guy this year. Okay, so that makes sense. He's our guy this year. So yeah, they're taking somebody. If that's true, like if I'm taking that like with absolute fat, like those words exactly the way they're written from Adam Schefter, he's our guy this year. They're drafting a guy for the future. And if you're drafting a guy for the future, what would you do? I mean, just like answer that in your head. You don't have to comment or anything if you don't want to. But like if you're drafting a guy for the future, it's Trey Lance or Fields. I feel like. So I mean, Fields still is in play. Trey Lance, I think it's Fields. I'm going back to it. I went all around, but I'm going back to Fields. All right, Dolphins. I'm so excited for the Dolphins right now. We moved down to 6. I think. I'm glad that we're not starting like, because the draft pretty much started at 3 for like all intents and purposes, because Zach Wilson was going at 2. Like that's a foregone conclusion in my mind. So I'm excited that we're not starting the draft, that we just get to be one of the first picks. We're gonna get our guy. We ended up we ended up making some moves today and getting an extra first round pick, getting extra value in this draft as well. The Eagles, I think, made some great moves, made a great move. Really good trade. With this all had to have been negotiated ahead of time, obviously. So the Dolphins are giving the Eagles an extra first round pick, really from the 49ers. So I think that's a great move for the Eagles. I think the Eagles are doing the right thing there. I think, I'm excited for everybody, man. I'm going to hop off, guys. Thank you so much. Albert Fisher, you are the man for telling me there's no sound and making me look like a total asshole and idiot. That's totally okay, because I'm both of those things. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This is my first real live stream that didn't go for only 3 minutes because I wasn't sure what I was doing. So first live stream, we're gonna call it a success. Go Dolphins, go Eagles, go 49ers. Hey, I'm excited. Football, man. This is a great day. Peace out.